Hello, hi, welcome to my EDC Ignite draft analysis. I never really do these, so I never really do draft analysis, so this should be interesting. I'm not really comfortable with them, so I usually don't do them, but it's required here, so we're gonna just talk a little bit of our team and go over what we drafted here. God, I'm so awkward with this stuff. And then we had like the fifth pick overall. Let me see. Yeah, we had the fifth pick overall, so there's a lot of like really broken stuff still on the board. Um, and this league is also like a high tier league, so you can Tera high tier, but or it's open Tera with like high tier, but it's like preview, so you gotta tell your opponent when you're battling them like what your Tera types are. So that's another new thing for me. I've never done a Tera preview in general league before, so this is also like a new experience for me. So yeah, but our first draft pick overall, we picked up Urshifu single strike with Tera, which is bonkers in my opinion. There's a lot of stuff that could Tera that's pretty bonkers in this league, which I'm very excited to see how that works out. But like this thing is a really good scarf for a really good Pokemon that just click buttons and really just punch holes in teams. Because not much stuff is gonna be able to like come in and fucking deal with like an Urshifu that could like Tera into an advantage type that could beat its counters or something. Like it's really insane in my opinion. So I'm really happy that this was still on the board when I got it. Its momentum with U-turn, priority sucker punch. It just overall with Tera is an insane Pokemon, and I'm happy I get to use it. So yeah. Alright, next we had to wait like quite a bit for our picks since we were like, but we grabbed Terrapagos. I can't say this fucking Pokemon's name for the life of me, bro. I wanted a rapid spinner and something that's a little bulky but can also like put on a lot of pressure, and I think Terrapagos like really fit the narrative like what I wanted for it. That new move Tera Starstorm hits very hard. It's stab, so and being able to like have this in the back to stop setup sweepers is very nice. Like as an anti like way to not get swept if I'm running boots, I'm always like usually it takes a lot to like OHKO me, and I'm able to like just like live most hits. So that's pretty nice for me. I haven't used this Pokemon a lot, but I know that it's like Calm Mind, Rapid Spin, Rock Polish. It gets dumb coverage like Earth Power and shit. Like it gets a lot of coverage moves. I haven't used this Pokemon enough to really like be super knowledgeable on what it does. I have it in one other league right now, but like I haven't used it like enough to really be like, hey, I'm comfortable with this Pokemon. I know what it does 100%. So yeah, that was our second Pokemon, and happy to use this thing. I've only heard like the good things about this Pokemon, so I'm really happy I get the chance to like use it and see how it works for me. Someone I'm not familiar with, like I said, but we'll make it work. All right, we'll make it work. So next, our third pick, we wanted to start getting some water or cores down. So we put the Primarina. Primarina is a Pokemon I'm pretty familiar with. I have it in another league and I'm doing very well with it. Flip turn, fairy, and water coverage is just very good. You could run Spec, Starf, Calm Mind, like it gets psychic noise now with like liquid voice too, which is fun. So like you get a water liquid noise, a water psychic noise. I mean, English is hard, everyone. English is hard. And and Draining Kiss and stuff. It just overall is like a good Pokemon. It's a good Pokemon. It's gonna hit you surprisingly hard, you know. And I've ran it pretty decently in the other league, so like I feel very like this was like, if anything for me, this was more of like a comfort pick for me. Like, hey, this is a Pokemon I'm familiar with. I feel really comfortable with using it, and I'm just gonna. That's kind of what's going on with Primarina here. Okay. Our next pick, we grabbed Scizor. Scizor is a Pokemon I haven't used this gen. I used it last gen when it still had Roost, so curious of how I'm gonna use it this gen with it losing Roost. But like, I think I wanted some good priority on my team, and Scizor really like helps with that. Like, Banded Bullet Punch can do stuff, Banded U-turn, like it just. And I think it's default now. I think it's still its default if I remember right. So that's a bonus too. And then it's got that technician ability or whatever, so it's gonna hit hard, and yeah, I'm very awkward as I could say. Yeah, but I'm super excited to get Scizor. I didn't think I was actually gonna get it, but I think I did snipe somebody when I grabbed it, like someone who was like right after me, so that was funny. But yeah, I'm very excited to use this Pokemon as Bullet Punch, U-turn. I think it's close combat and stuff now too. Knockoff, you know, just knockoff is like a move you always want to have on a team, so you always want to get rid of those items. It's one of the most broken moves in the game. So yeah, but yeah, that's why we got Scizor. Now next we got Latias. I used Latias recently in the previous SDA season I did, and it did me pretty well. So I decided I wanted to use it here. And I didn't have anything off the ground at this point either. So I wanted to get at least a levitating mon or like a flying type mon here, and I got Latias because I needed a dragon type. I didn't have a psychic type either, so it just kind of fit the bill here. Kind of fit what I wanted. You could do a lot of stuff with this. It's very versatile. You could run physical. Its physical attack is ass though, but you could run like Subcall Mine. You could run like Scarf, Specs, Soul Dew, I guess too is a good item for it. Like, you could do so much with this mon, and it's got like a decent speed tier. You could even run like weakness policy. I don't know. You run a few different sets on it, and I feel like it meshes really well because I really needed that ground immunity. But yeah, yeah, that's why I grabbed a Latias. Next, we're going to something we grabbed an SBC a while back, Tera Superior. We went with pretty high tier Teras for this league because I don't want to do low tier Teras or like pick up a more balanced one to save points because I don't get to use high tier Teras a lot. Like, the leagues I usually join are like low tier or like mid tier Teras, so I'm like, look, if I'm gonna be able to use high tier Teras, I'm gonna fucking abuse it and just try and use high tier Teras. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, Superior is one of those Tera Pokemon that I had an SCC and I really enjoyed it. Once you get a Leaf Storm off, it just kind of can snowball out of control if your opponent doesn't have the right Tera type or the right prep for it. And that's kind of, I don't even have to bring it, but this thing forces like prep. Like, it's just that scary of a Tera Pokemon. And if you really don't have anything faster than it too, then it could just snowball so easily. And that's kind of why I love Superior as a Tera Pokemon. Because you get that +2 with Leaf Storm, like you come and revenge something, and then you're just kind of like snowballing out of control if your opponent does not predict your Tera right, or like if your Superior just outspeeds their entire team. It's just a good time for me and a bad time for them. All right. But yeah, that's why I got Superior, and it's just it's another mon I'm pretty comfortable with, so that was another thing why I wanted to grab it. Another comfort pick for me. But yeah, that's why Superior is here. Next we grabbed Arcanine. I wanted a Pokemon that could be defensive and offensive, so I felt like Arcanine was like, and I wanted a fire type, so Arcanine fit that bill. Intimidate is nice for those physical attackers. More priority with E-Speed. Fire Stab, Will-O-Wisp. I think it gets Morning Sun still. I hope it gets Morning Sun. If not, oh well. Yeah, but that's kind of, English is hard, okay, I know. That's kind of the logic here. We're just grabbing this Pokemon. want to see how I've never used Arcanine Draft period either. At least I don't. If I did, I don't remember using it. So that's kind of why I'm using it here. So we're kind of just gonna go with it, and then like we're gonna see what happens. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what happens. But yeah, I'm super excited to use Arcanine. I've never really used it. It's always been one of those Pokemon where I'm like, I want to use it, but like I never get the opportunity to draft it because it's always get taken, or like whenever it's on my plan, it just doesn't make it to me. So I always drive it too late. So then Arcanine is fun. Now we got a Kanto Weezing. Yeah, this is we needed a little bit more bulk on our team, so I felt like Weezing, and like we needed. I like having some options for like T-Spites on my team, so that's Weezing was a nice addition there. It could be a grounded poison if I run neutralizing gas, so that's nice. And neutralizing gas is a really fun ability, and you could really do some funky stuff with it. So I'm really like okay with this. It did some coverage like Flamethrower and stuff, but it's mostly a passive mon. You could get creative with it though. You could definitely get some creativity with it for sure. And I'm excited to like use it, but I don't have a lot of defense on my team, so this is probably one of the best defensive Pokemon on my team. So we're gonna try and make the best of Weezing here. I'm gonna set up T-Spites on you bitches. And we're gonna see what happens, you know? I really like the way and also giving another ground immunity if I want to run Levitate was very nice. Because that way if I lose Latias, I don't get destroyed by ground spam. My next pick was I wanted an electric type, and we got another levitating Pokemon because I've never used this guy. I've never used Electros, and I've always like faced it, and I'm always like, wow, this thing just does so many different things. I really want to try this one time, and I finally managed to use it, so I'm very excited. Like, you could run Coil, you could run Special, it's just Assault Vest, like this thing is just pretty tanky and can like take some hits, and it's a mon I'm really happy I drafted, to be honest. It's one of those Pokemon where like it's versatile on what it does, and if it's the right set, it can just win. It literally can just win. And so yeah, that's that. Not much to talk about that Pokemon. It's pretty straightforward. My last mon is oops. Oh wow, I'm not redoing Glaceon. I wanted an ice type, I guess, and I didn't have a lot of points left, so I got the 1 point Glaceon because I thought 1 point for Glaceon was underpriced, and I've seen one of my like good friends, Nico. He's used this Pokemon a lot to success, so I really did want to give this Pokemon a try for myself because I've never used it myself, but I've seen it like just perform well, and I wanted to give it a try, see if I like this Pokemon too. You know, sometimes I just like to grab a Pokemon just to see if I'll like it or not. You know, it really be like that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this, but like it's Wish, Freeze Shy, and stuff. I think so. Yeah. So that's Glaceon, and that's gonna be my team for EDC Igme. I'm looking forward to this league. It's gonna be a lot of fun, I'm sure. A lot of people I haven't battled, a lot of people I have battled for, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, well, I'll see y'all for week 1 of EDC. Yeah.